Miriam Toews' Women Talking, 2018, takes place in the fictional Mennonite colony of Molotschna, where a group of women must decide how to respond to the discovery that many of their male relatives have been drugging and raping them for years. Based on real events that occurred between 2005 and 2009 in a remote Mennonite colony in Bolivia, where 8 men were found to have been raping women after rendering them unconscious with cow anesthetic, the novel begins with an author's note that contextualizes the story and highlights it as a blend of fiction and female imagination. The novel is structured as a series of meeting minutes, recorded by August Epps, the colony's schoolteacher. The story begins shortly after the perpetrators, 8 men, have been imprisoned for their crimes. Over the years, nearly every woman in the colony, from young girls to elderly women, has woken up confused, bloodied, and bruised. When they report the abuse to the colony's leader, Bishop Peters, they are told that their experiences are either caused by ghosts, Satan's punishment, or wild female imagination. It is only when one of the men is caught in the act and confesses that the truth is revealed. After a violent incident involving one of the perpetrators, the men are taken to prison, ostensibly for their protection. As the colony's men leave to retrieve the rapists, Bishop Peters issues an ultimatum. If the men ask for forgiveness, the women must grant it, or the women will be excommunicated and barred from heaven. The women are given 2 days to decide how to respond. 3 possible actions emerge: do nothing, stay and fight, or leave. While some argue for forgiveness out of fear of the consequences of leaving, many women are determined to leave, despite their inability to read, write, or speak the language of the outside world. Others wish to stay and resist Peter's demand. The debate is led by 2 families, the Friesens and the Lowens, who will decide what the women will do. The families' meetings involve 8 women, 2 mothers, 2 daughters, and 2 teenage girls, who will ultimately determine the course of action for the colony's women. Before the deliberations begin, one of the daughters, Ona Friesen, seeks out August. Overcome with guilt and contemplating suicide, August has been reflecting on his troubled past. Ona asks him to return with her to the barn where the women are gathering to record the proceedings. The women agree, as they cannot write, and trust August to document their decisions. August, whose history with the colony and the women is complex, also shares personal reflections in the margins of the meeting minutes. Raised in Molotschna but excommunicated with his mother, August has lived a troubled life, including involvement in anarchist movements and a stint in prison. After a chance encounter with a librarian, he returns to the colony in search of Ona. Over 2 days, the women debate their options, practical, moral, and theological, as they confront the harsh realities of their society's patriarchal structure and the hypocrisy of their religion. While some advocate for forgiveness, the women ultimately decide that leaving is the only way to ensure their survival and the future of their children. Amid their deliberations, Maricha's husband Klaas returns from the city, planning to retrieve livestock and raise money to free the rapists. When he confronts the women about their plans, they deceive him, but he becomes suspicious and violently beats Maricha and her daughter. In retaliation, Agata persuades him to undergo a medical procedure, drugging him and stealing his buggy. Meanwhile, 2 teenage girls, Auche and Nechi, trade sex with men from a neighboring colony to secure their help in the escape plan. As word spreads that the men are returning, the women prepare to leave the colony. With provisions gathered and a map drawn by August, the women set out, leaving behind the do-nothings like Scarface Johns, who oppose the plan. Though the women are inexperienced with the outside world, they are determined to survive. August, reflecting on their courage and wisdom, realizes that his role was to document their story. In doing so, he finds purpose and strength, even as he acknowledges he doesn't have all the answers. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.